Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be discussing how to track calories to gain muscle for my beginner teen lifters out there. And tracking your calories is going to be the best way to making sure that you're eating correctly to gain the most amount of muscle possible. If you're starting out in the gym, you don't know what you're doing when it comes to eating and whatnot, I'm going to be breaking all that down for you today, how to track your calories for the most amount of muscle gain. But before we get into that, my name is Noah Hunsaker. I am the founder of Get Her Done Fitness, and I've made it my mission to help other young and teenage men get the body that they've always dreamed of. And so there are currently 5 seats available in my personalized one-to-one coaching program where I'm helping young teenage men ages 16 to 19 do exactly that, get the body of their dreams in 12 weeks or less. And so if that sounds interesting to you and you'd like to cut out all the BS that everyone else is spewing and get right to the point, get right to the A to Z process that is going to get you the results that you are looking for, go down below and book that call with me to see if you're a good fit for my program. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. Let's hop right into this video. How to track calories to gain muscle, okay? The very first thing that you need to know is calories in, calories out. I'll say this over and over again in all of my videos. Calories in, calories out. That is the most important thing they need to remember. Not fat in, fat out, carbs in, carbs out. You need to be eating protein, low carbs. Like, you need to be eating enough calories to gain muscle. If you are looking to gain muscle, right, and you're a smaller guy, which I assume that most of you are, right? You're right at the beginning phase of your lifting journey. You're looking to gain the most amount of muscle possible and the least amount of fat possible, but you're probably a bit smaller. And so you're looking to be gaining weight, right? You're going to be gaining muscle. That means you're going to be gaining weight, but that weight is in muscle, so it's okay. And so to gain weight, you need to be eating in a caloric surplus. You're taking in more calories than you're burning. And so you're left with those calories in your system. And those calories in your system, they are going to be used as the fuel to build the muscle. And that muscle is being broken down in the gym, and then it's being built up by those extra calories and your protein intake, which your protein intake is another part of this, right? You want to be eating about 1 gram per pound of body weight. And so if you weigh 150 pounds, you need to be eating 150 grams of protein as part of your diet. But you also need to be eating in that caloric surplus. And how much of a caloric surplus are we looking at? What exactly is a caloric surplus? Okay, taking in more calories than you are burning. And so for most of you, you are going to want to find your basal metabolic rate, or basically your caloric maintenance. So how many calories you need to eat to not gain or lose any weight. And keep in mind, this is going to be a bit of a process. This is going to take a bit of experimentation, but I promise you it's going to be worth it, okay? You need to find exactly how many calories you need to eat in a day to not gain or lose any weight. And so for most of you, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start by eating, I would say as a number, 2,500 calories a day. Start eating 2,500 calories a day, 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein. And what you're going to look for is over the following weeks, you're going to record your weight every single day, and then you're going to find the median of that. And so if you record all of your weight, right? So on Monday it was 165, on Tuesday it was 164, on Wednesday it was 166, on Thursday it was 166.5. You're going to record your weight every single day for the whole week, and then at the end of the week you're going to look at all of your weights for that week, and you're going to find the median of that, and that's going to be your weight, because your weight always fluctuates. Like, it's always going up and down with, you know, how much water you have in your system, how much food you have in your system, whether you just went to the bathroom or not, right? Whether you've been sweating a lot or not, and water retention. Like, the point is that your weight is always fluctuating, like anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds from any given day to the next. And that is not any weight gain or loss. That is simply extra stuff in your system that's being gained and lost, but it's not your fat or your muscle necessarily. You're going to find your median weight for the week. And over the course of 3 weeks, okay, if you're eating 2,500 calories a day, you are gaining weight. If you are gaining, like, say, a pound a week for 3 weeks, that is very phenomenal. That is good. Okay. In that case, I would say stick with 2,500 calories and of course your 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein. But for most of you, that is not going to be the exact number that you're looking at, because this is different for every single person. And so if you're losing weight, and so you're losing, however much weight over the course of those 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to want to increase that. So say that you're losing weight, I would say increase that to 2,700 and do the same thing. And then once you find that sweet spot where you're gaining about a pound per week, that is phenomenal. That is excellent. That's exactly what you're looking for. Any more than that is, I would argue, unsustainable, because you want to find a spot where you're making good progress, but you're not making too much progress to where it's unsustainable. Because if you're gaining 2 to 3 pounds a week, first of all, that's probably not all muscle. That's probably also fat as well as muscle. And you're looking to gain minimal fat. And so on top of that too, though, you go too far and then it's really easy to bounce back. But if you do it slowly, it's really harder to bounce back. And if you do bounce back, it's just a little bit. But the point is that you're still making that upward trend of progress, okay? So now that we've gotten that out of the way, actually tracking your calories. Tracking your calories is going to be very simple, okay? Every time you eat a meal, every time you eat something, you're going to record it in an app called MyFitnessPal. There are so many different apps on the market for tracking your calories, but I'm telling you, MyFitnessPal is the best one because, first of all, it is the most widely used one. And so it has practically every single food that you can imagine, every single brand of food that you can imagine in it. Every single food that you're eating, I can almost guarantee, is already in MyFitnessPal. It already has all the information on it. You're going to go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. You're going to download MyFitnessPal on your phone. And so everything that you eat and drink is going to be recorded in that for the day. Unless you're drinking water or 0-calorie beverages, like diet sodas, you don't need to record those because they have no calories. Or if you're eating like fruit, like oranges, apples, those have so low calories that unless you're eating like 20 million apples and oranges in a day, you don't need to record that because that has so low calories. That's going to have practically no effect. And yes, it is still contributing to the calories in, calories out, but it's such a little margin that I wouldn't even worry about it, right? Like if you're eating an apple, orange, or banana a day, don't worry about tracking that. And MyFitnessPal has this really cool feature where you can actually scan the barcode. And so if you eat a candy bar, which I don't necessarily encourage, but if you want to eat a candy bar, hell, go ahead and eat a candy bar, bro. But as long as you record it and it's in your calories, it's fine. And so you can scan the barcode, you tap the little check mark in the corner and make sure it's the right serving size and everything that you ate of it. And boom, your calories are in. And if you're really serious about this, which I assume that most of you are, I would recommend buying a scale. Buying a simple food scale. It's like $15-20 at Walmart. Go buy that scale. And what that scale is going to help you to do is to track your calories so much easier. Like, for example, instead of, if you're eating like cereal in the morning, which I know that a lot of people do, instead of measuring out 2 cups of cereal and then dirtying up a measuring cup, and then, you know what I mean, it's just so much extra. You can literally just put the bowl on the thing, and it'll say on the cereal package, it'll say like half a cup or 28 grams, or half a cup or 35 grams is 1 serving. And so if you measure out 70 grams, that's 2 servings. And then if you go and you weigh out milk, like milk has a certain weight, and the scale that I bought actually has a setting where instead of doing like grams or ounces, it can record how many ounces of milk it is based on the weight. And so that's a really cool feature of my scale, but that isn't on all scales. But either way, though, the point is that having the scale is going to make it a lot easier to track your calories. But the point is that everything you intake is going to be recorded on there. And you're going to find that sweet spot with experimentation. This will take at least a couple months, but it'll be worth it. You're going to find where you are going to be eating in that slight caloric surplus that's going to help you gain massive amounts of muscle. And as long as you're doing everything else right, you're training in the gym correctly, you are going to be seeing that muscle gain. But The other half of it is going to be tracking your calories, making sure that you are eating enough food, not too much food, the right amount of protein, etc. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, there are currently 5 seats available in my personalized one-to-one coaching program where I'm helping young teenage men ages 16 to 19 get the body of their dreams in 12 weeks or less without all the BS that everyone else is spewing. The exact A to Z process that is going to get you the body of your dreams. And so if that sounds interesting to you, go down below, book that call with me, and I'm looking forward to potentially working with you guys. And also go down below, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll catch you in the next one. Always remember to get her done.